Here's a man who has messianic pretensions, performs all these miracles, has all these wonderful sayings, and then he ends up on a Roman cross, which was seen as the most shameful way to die. How is it possible that he could be either the Son of Man or the Son of God or Messiah or anything special at all? Well, the gospel writers had to explain how that could be so, how this apparent contradiction could in fact be God's way of dealing with the problem of sin and atoning for the sins of the world. And so that's why they had to spend so much time telling this last week of Jesus' story, because it ends in a way that could have appeared to be a disaster.
Imagine if you're a first-century Jew soaked in the scriptures of the Old Testament. You've got a narrative in your head which is waiting to get where it's got to go. And it's a narrative about God, about Israel, about the world, and in particular about all the pain and suffering and wickedness and degradation that's in the world, and God having promised to do something about it big time. Then you've got the four Gospels, which tell the story of Jesus as the fulfillment of that longer story which you've been waiting for, that this was how the living God would become King of the world.
For centuries, scholars have been weighing up the facts about Jesus' life to evaluate the evidence for and against the accuracy of the differing accounts. But if we examine his life story through the eyes of his original first-century followers, there is no contradiction between the Jesus of history and the Christ of Christian faith. Because for them, the Gospel's account of his life is the real story of Jesus.